The first book I am recommending is The Perfect Storm, a true story of men against the sea by Sebastian Junger. This is a gripping, non-fiction book about the 1991 perfect storm that hit North America and features the swordfishing crew of the Andrea Gale from Massachusetts. Junger also writes about the dramatic and nail-biting rescue of a 3-person sailboat crew in the Atlantic Ocean by the U.S. Coast Guard. I think I have read every single book written by Sebastian. He's such an amazing storyteller. This is a really intense book. Junger's storytelling skills are unmatched. I had a hard time putting the book down to eat, sleep, or do other necessary human things. This book would have broad appeal across all demographics, young adults to adults. Besides The Perfect Storm, I urge you to also consider all of the rest of Junger's books. Next, Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. This novel centers around the love and loss between Heathcliff and Catherine. The actor Heath Ledger was named after Heathcliff. In a world of rules and prejudices that deprived them of the ability to be authentic and free, Catherine and Heathcliff at first connected completely with each other, but then the facts of life tore them tragically apart. Catherine tells Nellie at one point that, "He's more myself than I am. Whatever our souls are made of, his and mine are the same." When they lost each other, it was as if life itself flowed out of them. The generational trauma and lasting effects depicted so vividly by Bronte, who was just 27 when she wrote Wuthering Heights, are so accurate that one marvels at her astute comprehension of human psychology. My next recommendation is Hollywood Park by Michaela Jolie, who is the frontman for the band The Airborne Toxic Event. As described on the book's publicity page, Hollywood Park is a remarkable memoir of a tumultuous life. Michaela Jolie was born into one of the country's most infamous cults and subjected to a childhood filled with poverty, addiction, and emotional abuse. Yet, ultimately, his is a story of fierce love and family loyalty, told in a raw, poetic voice that signals the emergence of a uniquely gifted writer. The book begins, "We were never young. We were just too afraid of ourselves. No one told us who we were or what we were or where all our parents went. They would arrive like ghosts, visiting us for a morning and afternoon. They would sit with us or walk around the grounds to laugh or cry or toss us in the air while we screamed. Then they'd disappear again, for weeks, for months, for years, leaving us alone with our memories and dreams, our questions and confusion." This book touched me so deeply because of my own childhood trauma and because my mother shares many of the same traits as Michaela's mother. Just talking about the book now, I feel like crying. The book had such a profound impact on me because it resonated with my own experiences. I love this book so fiercely. I don't think I am eloquent enough to describe why Hollywood Park is such a good read. The best I can do is to tell you that it is an important book beautifully written with vulnerability, honesty, and artistry. The writing is very tight, no excess words or fluff. So, not only was Jollett's book emotionally captivating, but it was also succinct and fluid. Next is Hamlet by William Shakespeare. Hamlet is one of the most interpreted works of all time. It explores universal themes that are still relevant today: grief, revenge, greed, subterfuge, madness, love, and fate. So much has been written about this masterpiece. I'm going to presume that you know the plot. When I was perhaps 6 or 7, I was still in Taiwan and read A Midsummer Night's Dream in Chinese. I loved that play. I probably first read Hamlet in high school. As I was living in a very dysfunctional and toxic environment, Hamlet affected me deeply. But I probably didn't fully understand the play at that age. I have read and reread this play multiple times, and I have seen it performed on stage and in films several times. It still gets to me every time. I presume you know, and I'm not giving away anything, that this is one of the major tragedies by Shakespeare. The ending is grim and somber.
Next is Lost Connections by Johann Hari. Here are some of the reviews. This amazing book will change your life. Do yourself a favor, read it now. Elton John. Lost Connections offers a wonderful and incisive analysis of the depression and alienation that are haunting American society. Hillary Clinton. Like a secular oracle, Johann Hari stands on the periphery, observing what is coming. This book is a prescient and compassionate Rosetta Stone for those trying to understand mental illness. Beautiful. Russell Brand. This is an astonishing book that transforms our understanding of one of the crucial issues of our times. You cannot fully understand this great curse of our age until you have read it. George Monbiot of The Guardian. I won't add too much more to what others have said so well and much better than I could have. Like all of these people, I found this book pivotal and vital to my understanding of depression, loneliness, life. I cannot stress enough why I think it ought to be on your list of books to read or to gift. I know you're all very busy, so I will go through the rest of this list faster. Next, Catch 22 by Joseph Heller. Catch 22 is a satirical historical novel that is hilarious. It has a distinctive, non-linear style where events are described from different characters' points of view and out of sequence. Next, Killers of the Flower Moon. The Osage Murders and the Birth of the FBI by David Grann. In the 1920s, the richest people per capita in the world were members of the Osage Nation in Oklahoma. After oil was discovered beneath their land, they rode in chauffeured automobiles, built mansions, and sent their children to study abroad. But then, one by one, the Osage began to be killed off. In a review of this book, Dwight Garner of the New York Times wrote that the book is close to being impeccable. It's confident, fluid in its dynamics, light on its feet. The crime story it tells is appalling and stocked with authentic heroes and villains. It will make you cringe at man's inhumanity to man. Next, Just Mercy by Brian Stevenson. A lawyer who founded the Equal Justice Initiative, which is dedicated to defending those who are most desperate and most in need. The book focuses on the case of Walter McMillian, who was wrongly convicted of a murder in Alabama. Just Mercy is a powerful and moving account of the human cost of mass incarceration and injustice.